Hello, everyone, and happy holidays. We're going to do a little, just like a little de-stress stretch, because the holidays are crazy, for me anyway. So if you're feeling kind of chaotic, this should help to ground you. So let's start seated. If you find that you sit and you're kind of rounded here, just prop yourself up on a rolled blanket or a yoga block, and that should help you. You're gonna bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your stomach, and close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and as you do, feel your belly expand, feel your chest rise at the very end of that breath in. And exhale through your mouth. And we're going to do that 2 more times. Deep breath in. And exhale. Another deep breath in. Really fill your lungs up with as much air as you can. See if you can find a stretch in your upper back as you breathe in. Then exhale. See if you can make your exhale longer than your inhale. We're going to continue to breathe, but we're going to turn the head as we do it. So as you breathe in, turn your head to the right. Breathe out, come back to center. Breathe in, turn your head to the left. Exhale, bring the head back to center. Breathe in, take your gaze up. Breathe out, come back to center. Breathe in, chin to chest. Breathe out, back to center. One more time. Breathe in, head goes to the right. Breathe out, back to center. Breathe in, head to the left. Breathe out, back to center. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, back to center. Breathe in, chin to chest. Breathe out, back to center. Flutter your eyes open. Let's take the left hand, bring it to the right side of the head, and gently draw your ear towards your shoulder. If this feels good, stay here. Otherwise, take your right hand and flip it so your palm is facing away from you. Bend at the elbow. We're doing the robot, just kidding. Bring your hand to your low back and maybe creep it around towards your left side. And that should help to get a little bit deeper into the side of the neck, maybe into the front of the shoulder. You're not pulling aggressively with that left hand, but there's just a gentle pressure there. Then as you breathe in, release both arms and bring them up towards the ceiling. Long arms, energize the fingers. Then as you exhale, twist to the left. Bring the right hand to the left leg and gently pull on it for a little bit deeper twist. Then breathe in, lift both arms up. As you exhale, we'll bring the right hand to the left side of the head, gently draw the ear towards the shoulder and lower your left arm. Option to stay here or take the arm out to the side, flip it, thumb points down, palm faces away from you. And then bending at the elbow, we'll bring the hand to the low back and just see what's going on this side of the neck. As you breathe in, lift both arms up overhead towards the ceiling. Energize those fingers. Exhale, big twist to the right. Grabbing hold of your right leg with your left hand and continuing to deepen that twist a little bit. Then breathe in, lift both arms up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, interlace the fingers, open up through the elbows, hands behind the head. Breathe in and kind of puff the chest out, open up the elbows even more, and then exhale, chin to chest, round your back a little bit, point the elbows forward, and relax your shoulder blades down towards back pockets. Do that one more time. Breathe in, puff out the chest, open up the elbows, take your gaze up, and then exhale, chin to chest, round your back, point the elbows forward. Release the hands, neutral spine. Take the hands out in front of you as you roll up and over onto your shins. We're going to curl the toes and then send the hips back towards the heels. And then lift your hips up and back for downward dog. Keep your knees bent and just pedal one leg at a time. Then bending both knees deeply, send your hips up and back and push the mat away. So you have really long armpits. And then slowly come forward, come up high on the tiptoes, lower your knees down towards the mat. Send the hips back to the heels. And then round your back as you come forward, shoulders over wrists. Press into the toes as you send your hips up and back. Downward dog, bending one leg and then the other. And then bend the knees deeply. Push the mat away, feel the armpits long. And then round your back as you come forward, lower the knees down to the ground, send the hips back to heels, a little child's pose, sort of half child's pose situation. Then as you breathe in, we'll step forward with the right foot and keeping the fingers to the inside of that right foot, we're just gonna rock the hips back and forth. As I do this, I like to lift the rest of the foot. So I'm kind of pressing into that right heel, trying to get something nice through the back of the right leg. And the next time you come forward, we'll stay there, plant the left hand down, curl the left toes, lift the left knee, and really straighten that left leg. See how straight you can bring that knee. Then as you breathe in, we'll bring right hand to the back of the head, elbows touch, and then breathe in and lift the right elbow up towards the ceiling while keeping the hips kind of squared off. You don't want to also lift the hip. Exhale, lower down. Hand comes down. We'll step up and back, downward dog. And then step forward with the left foot, lower right knee down onto the ground. With hands to the inside of the left foot, just rock back and forth, pressing the left heel into the ground, trying to straighten the left leg a little bit, and just seeing what's going on through the back of that left leg. Try to keep the hips square to the front of the mat. The next time you come forward, we'll plant the right hand down, curl right toes, lift right knee, and really press out through the bottom of that right heel. So the right leg is as straight as you can make it. Right leg is really strong. And then you're going to take your left hand, put it behind your head, elbows touch, big twist, and then breathe in, big twist the other way, trying to keep the hips square. So try not to lift that left hip too much. And then exhale, lower down with the left hand, lift up and back with the hips as the left foot steps next to the right. As you breathe in, come forward, lowering down onto the knees and coming into a child's pose. Press down into your palms. Imagine somebody is grabbing your wrists and trying to pull your hands towards the front of your mat, but resist that pull. Maybe find a nice stretch through the armpits and into the lats, maybe putting a little bit more pressure into the left side and then the right side as you sort of reach the right and left armpit down towards the mat one at a time. On the next breath in, round forward, coming down onto your stomach. We'll bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Press down into the palms and then imagine dragging the palms and the elbows back towards your heels as you look up. Finding something really nice through the spine there. And then gently releasing. Spider the hands off the mat. You're up onto the fingertips, elbows high. Breathe in and peel the chest off the mat. Doesn't matter how high it comes, look up. Exhale, melt it back down. Breathe in, look out over right shoulder as you come up. Exhale, melt it back down. Breathe in, look out over left shoulder. Exhale, melt it back down. Great. Hands underneath shoulders, elbows back behind you. Firm up through your core and then send the hips back to the heels, and then come forward onto all fours. Shoulders over wrists. Curl your toes, lift up into a plank position, and then lift up and back, downward facing dog. On your next breath in, step the right foot towards the front of your mat and lower the left knee down. Take your left hand off the mat to the left, send the chest forward, lift up through the heart, and you can open up this right knee and you can gently push on the inner part of that thigh to kind of get a nice stretch through the adductors. And then as you breathe in, sweep the right arm up and back and reach for your left foot. Option to stay here, or you can bend that knee and really reach for it. If you do, think about creating like a nice arc through your back so that your chest gets a good stretch, front of the right shoulder gets a stretch, and then you can add a little pressure, sending this foot back into the right hand. Think about tucking your tailbone, or like having that sensation of tucking the tailbone. You'll get a little bit more into that left hip flexor area. Take your head up and back, and then we'll release. Reach the hips back towards left heel. As you straighten the right leg, press into that right heel, lift the rest of that right foot. And then inhale, come forward. Hands come underneath shoulders, curl left toes, lift left knee, step back plank, downward dog, and same thing other side. So left foot will step towards the front, lower right knee. Take right hand off the mat to the right. Send the hips forward, press into the left inner thigh. Option to stay here, or we'll reach the left arm up and back, reaching for the right foot. Option to stay there, or lift that back foot up, see if you can grab hold. Wherever you are, send your head up and back. Push into your hand with your foot if you're grabbing hold. Think about tucking the tailbones, or like just having that intention of tucking the tailbone. The tailbone probably won't move very much, but if you have that intention, you may get something really nice through the front of the right leg. Big deep breaths before you then release. Take left hand down, bring right hand underneath right shoulder, curl right toes, lift right knee, step back to plank, and then up and back, downward dog. Then come forward, so knees come down underneath hips, and we'll sit up here, hands to hips. Fingers point down towards your knees, elbows back behind you as you lean back, lifting up through the sternum to take any pressure off the low back, and then release. From here, we'll just do a nice little QL stretch. So come to sit down, extend one leg out to the side. We'll take this elbow and kind of bring it down, and you can use it to press into the leg to lift up and over. Send this set of ribs here out to the side. Big breaths. Making your exhales as long as your inhales, if not longer. And as you breathe in, rise up, plant your hand down, lift up with your hips, and send the other arm up and over. It feels so good. And we'll do the other side. Elbow comes into inner leg, reach the arm up and over, send the ribs out to the side. As you breathe, imagine that you're able to create space between each rib on that side body there. And then inhale, rise up, plant your hand down, send your hips forward, reach your arm. Getting a nice stretch through the side of your body before lowering down. Coming to a comfortable seated position, roll your shoulders back, melt the shoulder blades down towards your back pockets. Bring your hands to heart center and press your thumbs against your sternum, and just take another deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth at the side, go. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in through your nose. And exhale with a sigh. Just letting go of any stress or lingering tension that you find. One more. Deep breath in. And exhale. Flutter your eyes open. And that concludes our practice. Thank you so much for joining me in today's stretch. Please let me know what you thought about it by leaving a comment in the comment section below. You can always find me on Instagram at Yoga by Candice. I'm also on TikTok at Yoga by Candice. And I love taking requests, so if you have any requests for the future, let me know and I will add it to my list of things to record. Have a great holiday season. Stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you soon here on the Yoga by Candice YouTube channel. Bye.